Okay, Shalini is freaking got it. Okay, she got it. So amazing. Shalini is one of my favorite humans because I don't know, like just looking at her energy, her light, everything is so inspirational. I'm not even joking. That sounds so cheesy, but when I met her at the first summit that she came to, she's one that I was so super excited to meet. So I'm excited for you guys to learn from her tonight. She's very powerful, especially in this topic of mindset. And I truly do draw from her a lot in my business. And as a leader, she's one that I look up to as well. So I could go on and on about her. I freaking adore this girl, and I'm really excited to learn from her tonight. So Shal, I'll just have you do your thing, and then we'll do a Q&A after, and then we'll end it.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you first and foremost for having me, Sarah. I can't wait. I'm assuming that a lot of you will be at Summit either virtually or in person, and we can't wait. It's going to be amazing. My name is Shalini, like Sarah mentioned. You can call me Shal for short. It's much easier to remember. And tonight, I have the privilege and honor of chatting with you ladies about mindset. But I want to kind of take this a different direction. You're also going to hear our 2.5-year-old in the background. It's almost bedtime here, so don't mind us. I wanted to kind of take this a different direction in context to mindset and talk about being brave in our businesses. It's something that we have to do. I know it's something that you have done as you're in this group as either a director or senior director. You have been brave in your business, whether you recognize that or not. So I want to spend a little bit of time tonight just chatting about that in particular as it relates to mindset. And I hope there's at least one little nugget that you can draw from with all of this. So the first thing I want to do is ask you a question as we get started. Are you in your business right now waiting to become more brave, or are you actively choosing to be brave? And it's kind of a question that we don't necessarily sit on every morning that we wake up and be like, I'm going to choose to be brave today. Sometimes it can just simply be that we're presented an opportunity to be brave in our businesses, and we either pass on it or take it, right? We act on it. But what I want to encourage you to do, if you haven't already been doing this in your business, is to approach every single day of your business as an opportunity to be more brave. And I think when our mindsets change from, yes, I'm just going to have a really fabulous mindset, I'm going to, block out the negative self-talk, when we can kind of reframe mindset to, let me see my business as an umbrella opportunity to be brave. And every single person, every single customer, every single rep on my team, every single person that I meet, everything that happens in my business is another opportunity for me to choose to be brave, not passively be brave, but to really seize every opportunity to say, yeah, I'm going to step into the discomfort. I'm going to choose to be brave, whatever that looks like in that moment. So again, are you waiting to be brave in your business, waiting for opportunities to come your way to be brave, or are you actively choosing to be brave? So perhaps for some of us, you guys, there's like a dog hair stuck in my nose ring and I keep fidgeting over here. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get the dog hair out. So some of us can see, I'm going to become more brave in my business when I hit X amount in my paycheck every single month, or I'm going to become more confident and more brave and more out there when I have X amount of people on my teams. But here's the thing, bravery is a choice. It is not a benchmark, right? Bravery is a choice. It is not a benchmark. So if you have kind of just been floating through your business, I know it takes effort, hard work, determination, consistency, discipline to get to director, senior director, but really seize opportunities to be brave. Bravery is a choice, not a benchmark. So the more brave you are, the more brave you become. The more brave you are, the more brave you become. So I want to take a moment to celebrate every single one of you on this call. First and foremost, congratulations, director, senior director. That is no easy feat. That, again, like I mentioned before, it takes effort, right? It takes intentionality. It takes showing up. You guys all are leaders. You're leading a team of men, women. You are a leader. So how have you been brave in your business up until this point? And I think that's something that's really easy for a lot of us to overlook. as we're going through the motions, right? We're all getting ready for Summit. We're packing bags. We're doing this. We've got an incredible promo going on for the next 3 months. And it's really easy to just go through the motions and not take a step back and say, how have I been brave in my business up until this point? And so what I want you to do is give yourself credit for those things and let those things that you have been brave in already build confidence as you move forward in your businesses. Because what we can do is look back in our business and allow that to move us forward. You guys, again, are not here by mistake. You're not at director, senior director by mistake. And if you can take a moment to pause and celebrate, heck yeah, I was brave in X, Y, and Z, and that's what got me here. Why can't that move me forward in my business? Okay. So if you are able to at this time, I know I can see some of you have pen and paper out. My encouragement to you is write down 3 ways that you have been brave in your Zaya business this far. 3 things. It doesn't have to be big. It can be big. But if you take a step back and pause just for a moment, write down 3 ways you have been brave in your Zaya business to this point, where you can look back and be like, dang, I've grown because I was brave. And put that, whatever little slip of paper you're writing on, or if you're writing on, a note, or if you're just taking mental notes because you're driving or whatever it is, put that somewhere you're going to see and can look at as you move forward in your business. When things get hard, right? This business is simple, but it's not always easy. You can look at and recognize, I've been brave before, so freaking I can be brave some more. Okay. I've been brave before, so I can be brave some more. And you can choose that. So those 3 things, put them somewhere you're going to see and keep them. You are a leader, not by mistake or by chance. You are a leader, not by mistake or by chance. I was chatting with Sarah just really briefly earlier, and I said, hey, Sarah, I want the topic of our mindset call tonight to be, the theme to be, fortune favors the brave. So I kind of want to dive into that with you at this point. You are not a leader by mistake or by chance. Fortune favors the brave. I love that little quote. I think it's really powerful because here's the thing. What does fortune actually mean? I looked up the definition. Fortune, the definition of fortune is, quote, an unknown and unpredictable phenomenon that leads to a favorable outcome. Fortune is an unknown and unpredictable phenomenon that leads to a favorable outcome. So if fortune favors the brave, right, the more brave we are in our businesses, the less unknown, uncertain, unpredictable our businesses become. Fortune favors the brave. So the more brave you are, the less unknown and unpredictable our businesses become. And let me just asterisk this right now with a little caveat here. Showing up brave in our businesses does not guarantee a specific outcome. Okay? Showing up brave in our businesses does not guarantee a specific outcome. But what it does guarantee, I'm getting the chills, you guys. What it does guarantee is growth. And maybe you signed up as a Zaya rep thinking, I'm going to hit this rank. This is my paycheck, Yes, to all of those things. But perhaps, and this is me, I fall in this boat, I did not anticipate the amount of personal growth I would experience simply because I began to see being brave as an opportunity in my business. So showing up brave in our businesses doesn't guarantee, I'm going to hit, X rank by this time at this point in my business. Yes, set the goals and freaking be brave in pursuing the goals. But take a moment to kind of gut check, mind check, heart check. What am I attached to, right? Are we attaching being courageous and brave in our businesses to, well, I'm only going to be brave if X, Y, or Z happens in my business? If we are attached to specific outcomes in our businesses, we are putting just brick walls up against the growth that is waiting for you. And the more we grow personally, the more people are going to be drawn to you simply because you are a Zaya rep that's confident, encouraging, brave, and has an incredible Zaya active wardrobe. right? So that's my asterisk caveat with being brave in your business. So are you attached to an outcome, or are you willing to be brave over and over and over again until your goals become certain? Being brave over and over and over again. That's what this business is about. And if you wake up every morning and if you can put your brave hat on and say, I don't know what's going to happen today. I don't know what customer is going to return X, Y, or Z. I don't know what prospective rep is going to be like, this is actually not the right opportunity for me, right? But if you can take a step back and detach from the outcomes and recognize in yourself, I showed up in uncomfortable, really fabulous ways that have grown me and stretched me and made me a better human, then your goals become more certain just because of that. So you are a leader on this team. Somewhere in Zaya Papaya, you are here, you are a director, senior director, and I hope you freaking celebrate that, because again, it is no easy feat. You are leading a team that is working, right? They are leaders too. So you have gotten to this point in your business because you have been brave, whether you recognize it or not. And I hope you recognize it, at least in those 3 little things that you wrote down. So you all have teams. This is my last little tidbit for Fortune Favors the Brave. And so often, particularly in the women that I get to walk with, serve alongside of on my own team, will often ask like, Shal, how do I do X, Y, or Z? And I can give, right, a long to-do list. I can say like, well, are you working your business? Are you being consistent? Are you reaching out? Are you doing follow-ups? And all of those things are necessary. I don't have to tell you ladies that, because you are doing that. That's what's gotten you to this point. But for those gals that we're leading on our teams, when they come to us and say, how do you do X, Y, or Z, right? It's one thing to hand them a to-do list, but it's another thing to be a leader that has been brave consistently, because we teach people to be brave by being brave ourselves in this business. And so if you're finding yourself in a space where you're like, I don't know how to help the gals on my team, take a step back again and kind of reflect on how brave have I been on social media, in your chats, and your one-on-one conversations with the gals on your team. I never expected to have so many booty kicking phone calls with the reps on my team saying like, hey, you know all the tools and resources and all the things that you should be doing, but how much brave are you being in your business? How brave are you being in your business? And it's really easy, right, for us to say like, you should be brave, you should be brave. But it's another entire thing if they can watch you, if I can watch Sarah on her social media, and she is doing the thing and not just saying to do the thing, that in turn teaches me, I've got this too. And I have an upline or an upline or, you know, whatever it is that is being brave, which it gives us permission to be brave too. So we teach people to be brave by being brave in our businesses. That's how it happens. So your confidence in what you are doing is going, I saw somebody, I don't know who it was, I'm sorry, it pop up in the chat thread. It all trickles down. So, you know, we can, again, hand out the tools, hand out the resources, hand out the checklist, do all these things. But you, as the leader of your team, take heart, be excited to lead these women, these guys that are on your team, because none of us, in my opinion, want to wake up every morning and just live a life of mediocrity or being timid, right? We don't sign up for a business like this to just stay in the same place. So the more brave you are, the more brave your team is going to be. A little bit about my own personal journey, and I'll wrap up here. When I hit director, I thought I was done being brave. Honestly, I was like, whoo, I made it. We're good. I've got this. And what I realized was that was actually just the beginning of vastly more opportunities to be brave in a way that I had never experienced before. And maybe some of you are even experiencing that right now, where you're like, okay, I'm a director, senior director, right? And my next rank is senior director or executive. And that's incredible. And what I found myself in this space of like, okay, I've got a team of women that are incredible and we're doing the thing. But what I found was that I thought I had arrived. And it almost made me more timid because I was like, oh my gosh, I have a team of women that I'm leading that are looking to me to figure out what their next steps are. And it almost like reversed itself in a way where I had like gotten to director, senior director, and I was like, yes, got it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, now what? Because at this point, you all are cultivating businesses, helping other people cultivate their businesses to get to where you are. And that can sometimes be really scary. It was for me. But I want you to take the pressure off of yourself. I wish I had taken the pressure off of myself much, much earlier, because, and Sarah talks about this beautifully a lot, of this business is about duplication. This business is about duplication. So what that means for us with teams is simply, yes, give them the tools and resources and do that, but you need to focus on being a really brave leader and the rest will follow. I promise you that. You need to focus on being a really brave leader, showing up on social media, in your team pages, just being a presence and leading from the front, and your team will see you and they will follow. I wish at director, senior director, I wish I wouldn't have been so caught up in the, oh my gosh, I'm leading a team. What do I do? How do I serve? Da, 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 da. I wish I would just have kept doing what I did to get to director, senior director, which was showing up without reserve, unapologetically, unashamed, because what we have here, you guys, is such an incredible blessing. I'm getting the chills again. It's such an incredible blessing, and it can be what you desire it to be. And for the gals that you're leading, know their goals, right? And then keep being you. You are here at this rank for a reason. It is not by mistake. Fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. And so you keep being brave, take the pressure off of yourself, and your teams will follow. So the more brave you are, the more brave your team will be. The last thing that I'll leave you with is just a one-liner that I always repeat to myself over and over again. And it is always, get your mind right and the rest will follow. Get your mind right and the rest will follow. Because we can do all day long, do. But this business is one that should be fulfilling, fun, exciting, joy-filled. And yes, there are seasons of like, okay, we're like head down, we're doing the thing, and can be a little bit stressful. But this is supposed to be so much fun, surrounded by your team that you get to lead and serve and love on and teach to be brave. So I'll leave you with that. Sarah, I'll hand it back over to you. I hope there was at least one nugget in all of that that you could take from all that.
There was like 100 nuggets. I'm like writing so many freaking notes. 100 nuggets. That was so powerful. Like the whole brave thing. Yes, I love it. There was something that I wrote. I wrote down a bunch of things. Bravery is a choice, not a benchmark. But something that also stood out to me as you were talking, that I've been learning a lot lately is I've been working with a life coach. If you guys don't follow a psychologist, she's amazing. She's actually she calls herself a transformational coach. But anyway, she's been helping me kind of break into my brain and be like, oh, maybe that's not about that, blah, blah, blah. But I always was answering her she was asking me some tough questions. And she would say, and I would say, I don't know. Well, here, let me hear you tell you something about this, and it goes along with being brave, is when you say, I don't know, your brain shuts down. It's an easy way out. That's when it says, I don't know, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know. Like, I literally can't think of one more thing because I just don't know, right? Like, that's your brain's scapegoat. And then she goes, okay, so what if you turned that around and said, if I did know, this is what I think it would be. You guys, that opens up your whole brain. And this goes back to being brave. And I challenge you to do that. But what if, she's like, what if you did know? And I was like, well, if I did know, then I had an answer for her. It was like, what do you want your life to look like? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And she's like, but if you did know? And I was like, well, if I did know, it would be this. Anyway, so, but going back to being brave is also realizing that you have the answers and that those answers are right. Because we spend a lot of time in this business discounting ourselves by watching what other people are doing. and like thinking it's wrong that because we're maybe want to do it differently, maybe our graphics aren't as good or whatever. Yes, cultivating self-trust is a huge way, just like she was talking about, to be brave in who you are and what you already have to offer and what you already know. So I think she nailed it. It was like you hit a spot in your business sometimes in leadership and you're like, I don't know what to do anymore because I have a team. But being brave acknowledges that you do know, and trusting in that in yourself to know exactly how to lead your team. Because what if you did know? What if you're struggling with recruiting and you're like, I don't know what else to do? But what if you did know? And you can use that on your team, because they'll come to you, I can't recruit, I don't know what to say to this girl, I don't know what to post. And it's like, okay, but if you did know what to post, what would you do? And it just helps them be brave. That's a perfect little coaching thing that I didn't even tie in with being brave, but just like to help them be brave and coach them through brave without giving them the checklist, like Shalini was saying. So powerful. Oh my gosh. I would love Shalini. I'm super excited to see you tomorrow. And anybody else that's coming in person, come and find me. I'm the midget. I try to wear heels. I try to wear heels when I go to these things because it is a thing. Okay. So, most people actually don't recognize me because they don't expect me to be so short, but that's just what I am. My 13-year-old is taller than me. So that gives you some ideas. I'm excited to see you guys. Thank you, Shalini. So powerful. This is recorded. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have my computer until tomorrow night. So it will not be uploaded until probably Friday night or Thursday night when my husband comes up for the gala to bring me my computer. So thanks for sticking with me through the crazy. I just love you guys. And I think that's it. Okay. Have a good night, you guys. See ya.